welcome back to the Preppy and Pout podcast. This is episode 15.
15.
And today we're going to be diving into discussing mental health, what that means to us, a new journey that we are endeavoring in. So I think we brought it up on one of our episodes not too long ago about therapy, that therapy is okay.
Yeah.
That when we grew up, it was kind of meant that therapy or counseling was if something was wrong.
It was frowned upon.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up where it was frowned upon, but it was just because you were only doing it because something bad happened. Where now it seems like the climate's changed and a lot of the younger generation are using it for like preventative.
Yeah. And I think that's a good way to look at it, right? Is kind of like not taking your car to the shop just because the engine is blown, right?
Yeah.
That you take it in there for preventative maintenance. And I think that's a better way to look at it for me, to be able to find a way to understand, like, just because you're talking to somebody doesn't mean that the engine's blown and you need a new engine type of thing. You know what I mean?
Right. And I think for so long, we've kind of been aligned, like no matter what we went through in the past or how we grew up, that doesn't define us, or we don't use that as, so to speak, like a crutch through life. Like, hey, I had a bad upbringing, so that's why I'm a bad adult. Or I had a bad upbringing, and that's why I don't work or care for my family or things like that. But I think it's to understanding that mental health for everyone means something different.
It does.
Right?
It does.
Like my interpretation of it, yours, how we act on it, what we think it includes is all different.
Correct.
It's all everyone's perception on how they view it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that say, because I was told to eat all my food, that gave me an eating disorder. You know what I mean? And not saying that isn't necessarily the case for them, but everybody who was told to eat all their food, as I was, doesn't mean that I have an eating disorder. You know what I mean? So it all just depends on, how your upbringing affects your life and things like that. So it does tie some roots to some of the behaviors that you may have as an adult.
Yeah.
But it does not necessarily mean that everything you went through as a child created this monster per se, right? In your adulthood.
Correct. And like my view on it, and it's just recent that we've been really talking about this, is I think that it doesn't define the person you are, because everyone has a choice, right? Some people have the capacity to make that choice and some people don't. Some people have to take medication, some don't. It just depends on your body chemistry and your hormones that you're going through at the time. There's so much that goes into play, what affects your psyche. But I feel like even if you had a great upbringing, some of those values or some of what you went through is going to stick with you as an adult.
Yes.
If you had a bad upbringing and there's some things that happened, you can still be a great human and a multimillionaire and have kids who are pastors, but there's still something inside of your characteristics or the way that you respond to something.
Yes. Yeah. And the one that cued me early on getting into a young adult, right? Moving out of my parents' house, becoming my own man, was yelling. Like it was a trigger. It was a trigger, right? And we didn't use those type of words. We didn't use triggers and things like that growing up, right? But I knew just because, my dad is a very boisterous person.
Yeah, he is.
Like even if he's just talking to you,
he's
more like yelling. Like it's just his normal
tone.
So when he's excited, just expect the roof to blow off the building, right? So growing up, that was normal. Well, then as I became a man and became an adult, you realize you're like, okay, check this out. What you're not going to do is yell at me. Yeah. You know what I mean? So not realizing that it was a trigger, you know what I mean? So again, I think it's great to have a conversation and to be able to talk about things. This podcast alone has put us, it's kind of therapeutic.
It is therapeutic. It's a lot of setup.
Yes.
Defining the timing and all of that. But I do think it's just a secluded area, a secluded time, even though it's a short time, but it's just meant for that topic.
Yes. And it gives us time to just sit down and talk, and it slows us down. It stops our week, and it says, okay, you got to have 30 minutes to an hour of just you guys talking. And lately it's been a struggle.
It has. The time management piece has been a struggle.
It does. But when we go without doing it, I'm like, man, we got to do it. We got to do it. So there's a little bit of a mental strain on that, right?
Yeah, there is.
A mental health. So to kind of get into it, we talked about it, right? The maintenance, having somebody to talk to, men being different than women. So on your perspective, when it comes to mental health and as a woman, what does that look like for you?
I think, I don't know to define it, but the way I guess hold it or carry it is, it's all tied around emotional and mental well-being. For my perspective and my woman's shoes, is that it's those two go hand in hand, emotional feelings and mental health. So if my emotion being is not great, then my mental is not great. If my mental is not great, then my emotions aren't great. Right. So those two go hand in hand. So for me, the way I view mental health all in all is making sure that your mind feels clarity. So when I wake up in the morning, I go to bed at night, throughout my day at work, there's always going to be stressors. It doesn't matter. I don't care how perfect or rich your life is. They say rich people have like bigger problems than we can ever imagine, right? That's still a stressor for them. So I think mental health is just how clear is your mind and how at peace can you get yourself. Yes, there's going to be times where you're riled up, and it doesn't matter what happens, you're going to have an emotion or feel in that moment. But how fast can you get yourself back down to this mental state that's calm and peaceful? And for some people that's therapy, some people that is medication because of the chemistries in their brain. So I think it's just identifying what works to get your mental at a clear level.
And I want to put a pin in, because I do want to circle back to that, but I do want to ask another question. How does that, or does that affect you physically?
I think so. Yeah.
Right.
I think how long it goes. If it's you had a bad day at work, you vent about it, it's done, you're over, right? There may not be a lot of physical wear on that, but there's a lot of studies that prove your mental health or emotions has a huge toll on your physical body, because you have one body and all of that stuff is tied into one. So if you're constantly stressed and in a mental state of fight or flight, your body's slowly breaking down, because it's needing to fight so hard to not just break down food, but then break down those barriers of the stress that you're feeling and try this constant overdrive of just trying to get your health or your mental and your health to slowly come together and be at one. And there's body chemistries too, right? Like if they're always elevated, that's higher heart rate all the time. So hand in hand.
Well, because here's the thing, your body does not know the difference. Meaning your body's just going based off what your mind is telling it, right? So if you're being chased by a dog, your body is going to work, sweating, doing work, what have you, right? Mentally, you're losing your mind because the dog's about to catch you. If you're sitting still, and let's just say you're having an episode, and your mind feels like you're being chased by a dog, even though you're not running down the street, your body
is still
right. Your heart is racing, you're sweating, like your body does not know the difference. It only knows what your mind's telling you. Right?
Your legs are not moving, but everything else is elevated.
So, in a quick way to kind of talk about how I realized that get into my leadership role was, I'm going to go from working in the garage physically all the time, being torn down, worn down physically, not wanting to work on my car when I get home because I've been working on the trucks all day. I'm going to be a supervisor, so I ain't got to work. I have so much free time, man. I can't wait. And then
so much.
first couple of weeks, right? Mentally drained. And I'm like, I don't want to even stop in the garage. I am worn the heck out. My shoulders are tight. Like, you know what I mean? So it still affects your body. It still affects you.
Oh, yeah.
So we do have a couple questions, right? First one I want to ask you, what's one thing that instantly calms you down? Now, I know we laughed at it initially, but you bought a Zen garden.
I did.
Right? So not saying that that's actually what calms you, but when I saw that, you sent me a video and you're dragging a little thing through the sand, and I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on right now? But honestly, on a real note, what calms you?
So I bought, of course, the propaganda out in social media, right? But I thought it was really cool because it's the act of like, for me, I love the beach is calming. So the sand, and it has like little stones as well. And I like the little crystals, and it came with a whole book on like how to garden your Zen garden. And I remember the first week I got it, I sent you a video because I had a super stressful meeting, and I was like, okay, I need to process this. I got my little garden in front of me, and I took my little rake, and I was making my lines even in the sand, even though it's so silly. But I don't know that if something was super stressful, that would work. So for me, my biggest distressor, if I need to calm down, is being home. And then just enjoying being home, but peaceful at home. Like, I'm not trying to do the dishes, take the dogs out, like sitting in a quiet space, whether it's in the office, in the room, or on the couch, just somewhere that is very quiet. But being in my home is the most peaceful place for me.
Yeah, and I can understand that, right? Especially the days that we get to work from home, right? We're like, man, when it's here and it's quiet and our dog's not outside chasing something and barking in the background.
Yeah.
It is nice working from home. You know, you don't have the people, knocking on the door.
Oh, they don't knock. They just come in.
Well, they better knock on. My door's locked at the office. You can't just walk in my office. It's open door, but you better knock for the door to open.
I'm big on the open door. I have like a little ring on my door that says like available or do not enter or out of office. And even if it's do not enter, I get like that.
No, my door. I don't even have a window on my door. It's closed. No. But for me, driving my Mustang used to instantly calm me down. I haven't been able to do that in a long time, but that used to start that thing up, pull it out in the driveway, get ready. It was
instant calm.
Instant.
Oh, I
absolutely
can see that.
instant.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Do you have one? What you got?
Yeah. So this is a good one with mental health. Do you shut down, talk it out? Do you shut down or talk it out when you're stressed?
Depends. I choose battles. So if it's something that is stressing me, okay, for instance, I can't get something fixed on the car. I probably won't say anything to you, but it will eat me up. Yeah, I probably won't be hearing anything you're saying that night. I probably won't eat much. I probably won't sleep that great.
Just
but
like
I won't
internalize that stress.
I won't say anything about it. Yeah. It depends.
Yeah. I think same. It depends. If it's like a big issue, I think I've mentioned kind of the approach I've tried to take for the past few years is sit with it. And if it's still processing, then I'll bring it up where the tone's a little bit lighter. I've sat with it, but there's some things that they just gotta come out when it happens.
And I'm gonna be honest, because obviously when it comes to mental health, if you're not honest, then what are you doing? You're not helping yourself. I'm very passive aggressive. I am, and I'd be lying if I say I've been working on it. I'm just gonna be. I notice it in meetings.
I notice
even meetings at work. You know what I mean? Like some, I'm like, and like, oh my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. It's bad. It's bad. I should probably talk to somebody about
Pick
that.
your battles, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like this one. What's a small habit that boosts your mood? I like that one.
Either reading, because I used to love to read. I have a whole library. It was my distressor, but then life got super busy. So recently I've pulled myself back into doing it. And even though like I haven't dove into a Kindle yet, I still like my paper or hardback. I love to flip pages and I just love a book.
Thing.
It's
it's a whole thing.
Half of it is having a book.
It's like you either love the Kindle or you hate the Kindle. Like it's one you're never in between for anybody who actually reads.
Part of it for my mental is just having a book. Like I like to go to my library and see all my books. So I think forcing myself to do that, and sometimes it takes me like 15 minutes, like, oh my God, I got laundry to do. But once I get into the book, it's such a quick serotonin like boost for me to just sit there and read that book.
Yeah.
Preferably with a good coffee.
For me, getting up and working out, like getting up early in the morning, riding that cycle, get that motiversity going in my ears
like
in the morning.
yells the whole time.
That
That's
it
stressful.
gets me going.
Yeah.
Yeah. After
It's
that,
so
like
funny
I'm
how
ready
different.
to tackle the world. But it's the getting up part that's hard.
I used to wake up at 4 to work out. I just
When I do, I feel like I can charge on the day. Like I don't even need coffee. I'm ready to go. It boosts me like crazy. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What you got?
I like this one. What's your biggest mental red flag to watch for?
Help me understand
So there's like a thing in the world, green flags and red flags. So red flag is like warning, warning. Red flag, green flag is like something good. So I'll give you my answer to that.
Yeah. Help me out.
So, and these are just questions we pulled off of the internet.
You pull off the internet.
Topics around mental health.
Right.
So for me, red flag is when you start seeing characteristics. That doesn't sound right.
Characteristics. I got you.
When you start seeing traits of
characteristics.
Yeah. When you start seeing traits of someone that is different around people, right? So whether it's like a mentor, a spouse, a friend, someone who may be having a conversation with you and they're like, this is what I do, this is what I say. And then when that situation presents itself, you're like, that's not what you just did or said. You know, whether a spouse or friend, if someone we're having a conversation and you're like, hey, when I go to work, I always start my morning with a meeting. I get my guys motivated. I go to work with you and you tell them get to work and don't talk to me.
I got you.
I'm like, wait, that's not what you told me. So for me, a huge red flag is saying something that you do, but then your actions show that you really don't do that. That's
do you get exposed to that a lot?
No, but I've seen it.
Yeah?
I've seen people who say one thing, but they act another way. Like an integrity thing, right?
Yeah.
Like they say they do something, but they really don't.
A red flag, huh? So a red flag I see in somebody else.
Like a warning sign.
That for me, it's negativity.
That's a good one. I think you're big on that.
Yeah. And you know, I get it, right? Life is life. And sometimes there's real things that happen. I just like to side on the edge of positivity, man. Look at the silver lining in every situation, bro. If every time you go to McDonald's, they always get your order wrong.
Stop going to McDonald's.
If every time you go to the gas pump, your car don't work, like if you're that person that everything always happens to you, we're probably not going to hang out much. Like, cause for me, I get it. Bad things happen, but it's like chalk it up. You know what I mean? Like if you're the one that gets in traffic and you're yelling and hollering and screaming and honking, it's like, bro, we're all in traffic. Like, you know what I mean? Negativity for me is a big one. What does burnout look like for you?
That's so weird you asked that. So I had my first therapy session last Friday. You knew.
Well, the people don't know.
Oh yeah, but you don't act surprised.
Well, I'm being surprised
talked about
for
that
the
being
people.
a red flag.
Okay.
You know about it, and then you act another way.
The people don't know. So okay.
Really?
You do the same thing when I bring you your coffee in the morning.
Oh, stop.
Like you didn't know I was making it.
Okay, so I went to my first therapy session on Friday.
Yes.
You knew about it.
Tell me more.
People didn't.
Tell them more.
She asked me about balance. Like, do I feel like I have a good balance in life? And then she asked me the exact same question verbatim. What does burnout look like for you?
Wow.
So I think for me, that's how I answered it from what I can remember. I'm a very hard worker and I'm very dedicated to my job. I love my job, but when you are a leader, it is a very demanding role. And I think when you have that really hard, strong, driven work ethic, it's like I have like this mental thing in my head, like I have to answer everything as soon as possible. If somebody reaches out, that means they need something from me. Like I want to be there. I want to help them. Right. Yeah. But I do get into a cycle where I burn myself out. And I feel it when I love my drive time to work, getting my coffee, like whether I'm talking to you or listening to my podcast, that's like my time. But when I get to that office and I already am like, I just don't even want to start my day. Like I look at my calendar, I'm like, I have 30 minutes to go pee.
I look at your calendar and I get stressed out.
Yeah. So, but usually I thrive in that. But when I feel that burnout, when I've just, whether it's taking on additional project or like being in my role, end of the year's a lot going on when it's review time and merit increases and bonuses and just making sure all of that is lined up, it can be a stressful time. So when I get to work and I already feel heavy, that's when I know like I need a mental day.
Do you take that day though? Do you ever just take a day off of work, don't plan anything, and just sit at home?
Guaranteed at least once a year. If it's not on my...
one day?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we take our vacation, but like an actual day.
Yeah, I'm talking about a burnout day for Jamie to...
I always try to do it around my birthday. And I do like my hair, my spa day, all of that. If it's not on my birthday, somewhere around that. But throughout the year, if I realize it's that bad, I'll put in a day. And I'll put a PTO day, and it's just unavailable.
Yeah, yeah.
Not often, but I try.
Well, and man, I can't remember what book I read that was about that. But basically, to sum it up, to paraphrase it, right? It was like, to the point you made, if we work hard for, instead of 5 to 6 days a week, if we worked really hard for 4 and then had 3 off, when those 4 come back around, we're way more productive than we are with those 5 to 7 days that we're really working hard. Yep. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's one of those things where, like you said, balance. When our companies talk about work-life balance all the time, but then there's nothing really built or structured to give you that work-life balance, right? Because to the point that you made, when you're a leader, you're now salary, and your phone and your laptop goes everywhere with you. If you don't have your laptop, you got your phone with you, and it's everywhere. Versus that individual contributor who doesn't have to worry about anything until 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. Monday morning.
When they leave that office, there's no way you can contact
When I used to leave the garage, my work was there, the trucks was there, my laptop was there, everything was there, uniform, everything was there. I didn't have to worry about anything unless there was an emergency and I get called in, but I didn't have to worry about it when I walked out that door at 3:30. So to answer the same question for me, I had a mentor that kind of said the same thing. She, after speaking with her for a while, she's like, Jason, I noticed that you almost thrive when there's too much on your plate. And she's like, with you, being in your late 30s at the time, she's like, when you burn out, you're going to crash and burn. Like you're going to have to learn to balance some way, somehow. You're going to have to, because working best under an immense amount of pressure is not sustainable.
It's not.
And we should find ways to do better at that, because one day a year before your birthday is not it.
Yeah, I take a few more here and there, but probably not as much as I should. Yeah,
we got to be more intentional.
And I think too, it's like me putting myself in that situation. Like I don't ever envision a time where I don't get back to someone outside of working hours, or that's not pertinent, and they're like, oh well, she's no good at her job because at 10 o'clock at night she didn't respond. But one of the things when I spoke about that to my therapist, she said, well, what satisfaction are you getting out of that? What satisfies you about that? And I sat there for a second. I'm like, I don't think anything. She's like, it has to be something. If it was tormenting you, you wouldn't keep going back to it unless you're being satisfied by being tormented.
Neglect to punishment.
Yeah. So she said, you need to identify what satisfies you about that. And as we went through our session and talked about different things, like everything she kept tying back is like, you're a people pleaser. Like, you're getting the satisfaction 100. Out of somebody being pleased that Jamie helped them in that 100. Moment. And I'm like, that's exactly the satisfaction for me is Lucy Lou reaches out and says, I need something, and I can get it to her. And she says, thank you. I'm like, I'm satisfied. She's good now. She got what she needed.
So just to dig into that a little more, like, what would it take for you to be like, Lulu, I'll get back to you in a little bit?
I don't know yet. We're getting there.
And it's funny you say it, because, well, not funny, but we every year our staff meeting, man, it's like the biggest issue with people leaders is time management. That's our biggest feat. Like, it's funny because I had a senior VP tell me, hey, when you figure that out, let me know. Straight up.
Yeah.
Right? So,
nobody has cracked that code yet.
So, and it's like, well, when that phone rings, you don't have to answer it. And to me, it's like, hold up. You're telling me the phone that the company's provided me as a people pleaser, how do I just not answer it? How do I just not answer it? So I was like, all right, bet, cool. I was like, I'm not going to answer it. And then my boss was like, yeah, but if it's me, you got to answer. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, hold up.
Yeah.
No, don't go back now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's tough. It's really tough. Go ahead. What you
That's
got?
a tough one. Do you need alone time to recharge?
No, I could be with you and recharge my batteries. I don't have to be alone. I could be with you and recharge my batteries. To this day, obviously we've had plenty of vacations, but the vacation where I feel like I recharged my battery the most was Cape Coral because we didn't go far.
We just rented a house.
It was a couple hours drive, and we stayed there for days on end, and we didn't have this crazy itinerary. We weren't doing tours for anything. We didn't fly. We just stayed in the Airbnb, hit the pool every single day, ordered takeout. That recharged my batteries more than any other vacation I've been on.
I think that was right when COVID was finishing. So that 1 or 2 years during COVID, we didn't take our normal wedding anniversary trip. So by the time it was time for us to go to that, we were like spent and burnt. So we just rented an Airbnb with a pool, swam, and ordered takeout. So I agree. Our anniversary trips are a huge downtime where I can recharge, but I have to have alone time. Yeah. Like I am very big.
I drive you back crazy.
I've just always been like a loner in a sense that I am a recluse. Like if I have too much people, I'm like, I cannot function in that high intensity where I'm just people all the time. I have to have alone time. Really? Even if it's like, well, you know, sometimes when I am home and you guys go out, I'm like, hey, you go, you'll take the kids, and I have that 4 hours home. Like I would not be able to function half of what I do without alone time.
Oh, well, I'm glad I can give it to you whenever I can.
Plus, you know that I enjoy my alone time. Yeah. Like I have friends who can't do that, and that's why the mental state, right? Everyone is different. I have friends who, even going shopping alone, like they have to have somebody with them. I'm like, I'll go out to eat by myself. I can go to a movie by myself. Like, I love being with me.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah. Honestly. We got time for literally one more. What you got?
Okay. What's your biggest form of self-care?
My biggest form of self-care? Barbershop.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's a good guy time.
Yeah.
Especially when you do the VIP hot towel thing, right?
Yeah.
They blow like steam in your face.
All right. First,
tell the people.
It's a good time. I'm not gonna lie. It's a great time. It's a good time. But no, that that is. I don't really do massages. We do chiropractor once, but that yes.
I tried to do a couples massage, and it was more stressful for me than anything. You didn't want to take your socks off.
Don't worry about my socks. No,
you didn't want them to massage your thighs, your glutes.
Don't touch my butt. None of that.
Say,
I'm keeping the Nike socks.
Relax.
No, relax. I'm
this
tense
is so
like
stressful.
this. No, I'm not doing it.
For me, is a whole self-care day. Like I like to go get my hair washed and blow dried, a facial and a massage, like ultimate. And I'll grab like a little bite to eat on the way, a good coffee, and I am solid. But I have to come home and go to bed. I just recently was posting that on my Instagram. Like I used to do all of that Saturday morning, but then you come home to chores and stuff. Yeah. Now I do it and like at
get tensed all over
the weeknight. So by the time I get home, it's like 9:30. I'm out.
Good deal. Well, this was good. We should probably do a part 2. Like I felt like we ran through that too quick. This was good. But yeah, we'll definitely be dropping this video as soon as we can, and we'll try to get back on the regular cadence.
Yes. Thank you.
Later.